Walaikum Salam.
Right, so is this slide number 14 appearing at your end?
Yes, sir.
All right, so in previous lecture, you have come across the alkaloids produced. Normally, alkaloids are produced by the plants, but sometimes some of the animals also produce alkaloids, which are normally acting as hormones. So I shall present this terminologies that are what is a hormone in steroids, in fact. So hormones, pheromones, toxins, etc. You shall see in steroids, inshallah. So I have exemplified two phenylethylamine alkaloids, one ephedrine. This is not the only. Different plants produce a variety of other uh, uh, phenylethylamine alkaloids, which have a more substitution at this place or maybe on aromatic system as well. So this is the most important one of the ephedrine, which is a anti-bronchitis or anti-asthma agent that I have introduced. So this is the biosynthesis of the ephedrine. I have exemplified one alkaloid isolated from the plants. And similarly, I also presented one of the alkaloid called adrenaline, which is also called epinephrine. So this alkaloid is basically, you see, there's a substitution at these two, hydroxylation at these two places, and there is a no methyl group present here. And this is the having a resemblance with the ephedrine, but ephedrine don't have a hydroxyl group in the aromatic system. Anyhow, this is how in the kidney of the human being that adrenaline or epinephrine is being synthesized, biosynthesis. This is the biosynthesis. And adrenaline is a hormone which play a very vital role in regulation of the breathing rate. So these are the some two other alternates which are used by the pharmaceutical industries as an alternate to adrenaline. I hope this shall be very clear. So this is what you have come across in previous lecture. So this is the phenylethylamine alkaloids. So there are so many other, but we cannot cover. I already presented in my previous lecture. We cannot cover all of them, in fact. So I'm just purpose of this course is to introduce different type of natural products, their subclasses, and one example at least in each example. Right? So let's see, proceed further. Now I am going to present you the other type of the pyrrolidine and pyridinal alkaloids. Why I'm calling pyrrolidine in previous example, that was phenylethylamine alkaloid. Now my focus is pyrrolidine or pyridine alkaloids. Because some of the alkaloids, bicyclic alkaloid, which are five membered sometime, but they are also six member on the other side. So 5 and 6, we cannot differentiate. So already you have come across the synthesis of this moiety, commonly called tropinone. If I just remind you back, just let's see. This is the biosynthesis you have already come across. How it is done? Starting from S-phenylalanine. You have come across deaminase, generate phenylethylamine, and similarly ornithine is the amino acid which results in the presence of pyridoxal phosphate. This is a pyridoxal phosphate unit undergo decarboxylation, results in the formation of this entity. When this system leaves, generate this compound number 9, which is very, so one malonyl coenzyme A reacts and results in the formation of this. Further, it undergoes a variety of reaction you have already come across, results in the formation of tropinone. This is, I want you to just to present you the synthesis of a five-member pyrrolidine alkaloids biosynthesis originating from this five-member ring. Now, what you can see is, let's see, in this tropinone, we have constructed this five-member ring from amino acid biosynthetically fine. This is tropinone, 5-membered ring. But look at here, if I make a count in this direction, this is a 6-membered ring. Nitrogen, these two carbon, and this carbonyl carbon. Now you can see this is a 6-membered ring and a perfect chair. So this is in fact, on the one side, it is a pyrrolidine alkali, but in bicyclic system, on the other side, this is a 6-membered ring. So there are so many natural alkaloids which are on one side pyrrolidine and other side they are making 6-membered ring. So I am going to focus on such alkaloids today. So this is the tropinone you are already familiar with. This is the same tropinone you have just come across. The biosynthesis 5-membered ring is been constructed from ornithine. This is coming from ornithine you have come across. But if we look at this cycle, in this ring, you see this is looking like a 6-membered ring, a chair conformation. So I have presented this in a different form. Let's say this is a chair conformation. If this chair conformation we take, you see these two positions, we are having CH2, CH, another ring. I have highlighted this with this presentation, right? So I have presented, this is the just, I am presenting chair conformation, 6-membered ring. Here 5 and 6, both rings are presented. So this is called tropinone. Now look at another natural product, which is a derivative of this. You see, this nucleus contain this nitrogen, this aromatic ring, CH2, CH2, same, but we are having a not carbonyl here, but this has been reduced. So atropine is having what? It means this is been first biosynthetically as tropinone is synthesized, it is been reduced. So when it is reduced, this is reduced from this side. So hydride is transferred from top surface. That's why OH go to equatorial position, more stable position. So NADPH or FADH2, any of them is working and reduces this tropinone. So reduced tropinone shall have a OH at this position. Then this OH reacts with this carboxylic acid. What is this carboxylic acid? This is a hydroxypropanoic acid. A 2-phenyl hydroxy, a 2-phenyl 3-hydroxypropanoic acid. A 3-carbon unit. This 3-carbon unit, which is a acid that couples with this alcohol to form this ester. You see, this is an ester. This is called atropine. So atropine is a natural product as well. So atropine, you have come across, is a very important natural product, alkaloid in fact. So it has a lot of biological importance. So I'm just going to present here just the biological importance of atropine. This is a nerve agent in fact. It is a nerve agent. So when it reacts with some of the other moieties, it causes basically nerves to make them senseless. So I shall present its biological importance just a few moments later, I mean a lecture later, so that you shall be introduced some other examples. So I hope you shall be aware. No, in this case, you see, this is a 5-membered ring on one side and a chair conformation other side, 6-membered ring. So we collectively call them pyrrolidine pyridine alkaloids. So such alkaloids which not only contain 5-membered, but as well as a 6-membered nucleus. If we make a nitrogen common among 5-membered and a 6-membered, you see the same nitrogen in the ring is making a 6-membered ring, which is also involved in the making a 5-membered ring. So this is one, and pyrrolidine, which is coming from ornithine, no doubt. But on the other side, if we look at, this is also looking like a 6-membered ring, which is a source of pyridine. So this is a pyrrolidine pyridine alkaloid, in fact, commonly called. So in atropine is biosynthetically synthesized from tropinone, right? So I have presented just FADH2 or NADPH, basically reduces this, and then it reacts with then carboxylic acid to produce atropine. Similarly, look at here. This is a hyoscine. You are coming across the structure of structure number 4, hyoscine. You see the hyoscine and this molecule. Look at this. They are having very similar nucleus, right? They have a very similar nucleus. OH at this position biosynthetically. This is also coming from what? This is also coming from tropinone. But what I have presented here, what is the variation? Variation is here. You see, this ring is at same position, but I have presented here board conformation of this. 5-membered ring, same one. But what happens in this case if it is being synthesized from this? So atropine, basically tropinone is synthesized coming from ornithine, right? It reduces this and this nucleus get attached, form atropine. How atropine converts into hyoscine? You look at this structure and this structure, this fragment, this acid is same, no doubt. This OH is same. This is a 6-membered ring. This is a 6-membered ring. This CH2 is presented. In fact, this atropine converts into hyoscine by what action? Just one enzyme work on this. What enzyme work on this? One of the enzyme that we commonly call the dehydrogenase, which remove, sorry, let me, if I make it magnified, yes. I hope it is much clear to you. Now, this is a big presentation. Now, you can see there is a carbon-carbon CH2 ring. High dehydrogenase work on this. Dehydrogenase remove one hydrogen from here and here. So we get a double bond at this position. I haven't presented that double bond here. So basically one enzyme, atropine, this one converts into hyoscine by the action of 2 enzymes. This first dehydrogenase cause a double bond at this position. Next, epoxidase works. What is the role of epoxidase? Epoxidase cause an epoxidation. This is in fact alpha epoxidase. So 2 enzymes are working on atropine and converting that into hyoscine. Hyoscine is a natural product which is used in travel sickness tablets, especially those people who are very frequently flying, who are using, who are moving from one place to another place due to business or any other reason, basically. So they are sick of air travel. So when you are moving frequently by air travel, you get irritated to that. In fact, this is very commonly observed. If you are traveling by air, not very frequently, in months, once a month or once a year or etc., so it is not a matter. But if you are very frequently, every week or on weekend or every day, you are moving from one place to another place by air, so it causes our travel sickness in air. So such people are being given the tablets of this. So tablets of hyoscine mixed with morphine. You shall also come across morphine. Morphine is also an alkaloid. This is a painkiller, in fact, because when one is travel sick, so it causes irritation. Due to this irritation, so one feels pain in the body due to this sickness, and the nerves are under, they are suppressed. So morphine causes what? Morphine reduces this pain, and hyoscine is usefully involved with morphine. The combination of morphine and hyoscine basically will make a relief to such person from travel sickness. So travel sickness tablets is a combination of morphine and hyoscine. You have come across mostly the drugs that you have come across. One of the drug, let's say hypertension. All drugs of our hypertension are combination drugs. So why hypertension? One lowers the blood pressure, other thins the blood. So always two tablets are being used. Basically, one tablet contain two drugs. So one, it is 45, 5 or 40, 10. Similarly, sometime 2.5 and 47.5 combinations are being used, milligrams. So that is for hypertension. If it is mild, so 2.5 medicine is used. If it is higher, moderate, so blood pressure high, but not very high. So 5 milligram with combination 40 is being used. But if it is very high, so it is 10-40 milligram combination is being used. So this is what is being normally used in case of the hypertension. Very similar here, combination drugs are being used. Morphine mixed with hyoscine. So it gives relief to the frequently travelers. So this is the hyoscine, which is another alkaloid, which have a biological importance, make a relief in the painkiller. And this is isolated from a natural plant, commonly called Datura methyl. Datura, this is also commonly called in our local language, Datura. So Datura is basically the bitter taste of Datura. Even if you feed the animals, the cattle with Datura, the cattle doesn't make use of this in the fodder, mixed with the fodder, because this is extraordinary bitter. The leaves of these are very bitter. Just enter this Datura methyl. So in the search engines and look at the images of the Datura methyl plant, you shall recognize what kind of plant is it. So I hope all of you have visited this in your flora. So you have already come across this plant, the Datura methyl. So this is in our local language, this is also called Datura. So just see the plants there. So it secretes a milky water when we make a cut on its fruit. So that fruit basically enriched in hyoscine. So this is the pyrrolidine alkaloid. You can see originating from tropinone. So tropinone is normally for 5-member ring, not exactly tropinone, but if I go back very quickly, you have come across, this is the entity. Any nucleophile can approach. Let's say if this is been synthesized in marine source, one bromide or iodide can approach here, or any other nucleophile can approach. Not only this one, many other nucleophile can approach. This is acetyl aceto coenzyme A, which is undergoing this. This is acetyl and this is aceto cofactor A. So any nucleophile can approach. So a variety of the other are expected. So this is the how from tropinone, atropine, and hyoscine are biosynthetically synthesized. And when how its structure was confirmed, the scientists perform an experiment. They get hydrolyzed this. They reacted this hyoscine with alkalis, aqueous sodium hydroxide or aqueous potassium hydroxide solution. So what happened then? They targets the ester and saponify them to an carboxylic carboxylic acid and alcohol. You see, this carboxylic acid which leaves here, which was making combination here, this is called tropic acid. This is a tropic acid commonly called, and you see this is originating from this type of the just reduced one, but it has at this place it has this group present which is epoxy group. This is the addition to the atropine. So this is called scopine. This is also a natural product which has also been isolated. This is being iso-isolated. This is already present in the plant, a natural product. So tropic acid and scopine is being produced upon the saponification of hyoscine. So when these two structures were confirmed, it indicates that these two carboxylic and alcohol are being formed in the hyoscine. This is how the structure was confirmed, like long time ago. So I hope this is clear. But I have also introduced here one of the another pyridine pyrrolidine alkaloid. You see this combination, this entity is same. If you remember, you have a double bond between carbon and nitrogen. Nitrogen is positively charged. So this pyridine, which is present in the nucleus, this pyridinium type entity transfer it substitute act as a electron pair donor to this. So aromatic substitution takes place here, and this group gets attached with this one, right? This is called nicotine, if you remember. Nicotine, nicotine, which is highly poisonous for lungs, it damages the lungs. So in cigarette, in cigars, and in many other kind of narcotic materials, narcotic components, or the material used for smoking. So basically, they all contain nicotine. This nicotine is containing a pyridinium as well as pyrrolidine nucleus. So both of them are present in this. This is called nicotine. Nicotinic acid is something different. In nicotinic acid, we have a carboxylic group present at this position, not five-membered ring this. So if pyridine is bonded with the nucleus precursor of five-membered ring, so it generates nicotine. But if it reacts with carbon dioxide, it forms a nicotinic acid. And if then the nicotinic acid undergo reaction to convert alcohol into amide, that is called nicotinamide. So both of these, nicotinic acid and nicotinamide, they are collectively called, in fact, called as the one of the very important vitamin B, called vitamin B3, niacin. Collectively, they are called. Vitamin B3 is a combination of nicotinic acid and nicotinamide. You have seen in pyridoxal phosphate, they are having such type of nucleus. So anyhow, it is vitamin B3. So these are a few pyrrolidine, pyridine alkaloids I have highlighted here. Let's see if I go to another kind of the alkaloid, cocaine. Cocaine is another alkaloid. Look at here, this is having the same nucleus. If I compare this with hyoscine type, or the, let's say, tropinone, you see, this is very similar. This is very similar. This is a chair conformation. This chair I have inverted. This chair and this chair are inverted chair. You see, this is at the position here. This OH is present at this position. This is the same OH present because I have tilted. This is present because at equatorial position. So when chair shall be flipping. So you see, this is present here. This OH is present here. It is being reduced from opposite sides. And then it is reacted with benzoyl acetyl cofactor. And one of the variation here is that in this case, there is no carboxylic group present here, but here there is a carboxylate group present. Now, how it is being biosynthesized? Let's say cocaine, I shall introduce. Cocaine is a very, very important natural product. Uh, uh, Very important. So cocaine is also been used from long time ago in different colas. So first I shall present that this cocaine is isolated from erythroxylone coca. This is the botanical name of this alkaloid. Look at this image that I have presented. This is a shrub type plant. It is not a herb. This is not a big tree. This is a shrub, just like you have seen shrub of the orange plants or many other shrubs. So this is very similar to that. These red color, and firstly they are green. Green converts into light yellow. Light yellow color converts into dark red. So these are the seeds, basically. And look at, say, you can, if you magnify it, there are some flowering taking place. These are the flowers. These flowers basically undergo pollination and generates fruit. These red color material is there, fruit in which there is the seed of that. But its leaf are important. The leaves of this coca plant basically contains cocaine. It contains cocaine. Leaves contain cocaine. Leaves are bitter in taste. The animals, if the shrub is there, animal doesn't eat the leaves of these plants because they are highly bitter in taste. Alkalis are very bitter in taste. Datura I exemplify already. That is also very bitter in taste. So animals doesn't feed on that. This is the structure of the cocaine I have presented. Now, how it is biosynthesized is how let me first finish the biosynthesis because I am explaining in previous how tropinone converts into atropine by the